Hello and welcome to Back to 8-Bit. Today I'm going to move away a little bit from my usual 8-bit activities and have a look at a game from 1978, only this time a handheld game. Now this is a game called Driver Auto Raceway. Now this is a game from my own original collection back from my childhood, and I've had it stored away for quite some time. Sadly, I didn't keep the box back in the day, something that back then you probably wouldn't think twice about chucking old boxes away. But thinking back now, I wish I'd kept the original box. But anyway, this is the unit I had, and it's been stored away for quite some time. The only problem is it has taken a little bit of damage to the steering wheel. As you can see here, I think it's pretty much the way it's been stored away for so long, and I think there must be some sort of pressure being put on top of here which has caused the steering wheel to break. And I'm quite familiar that this is quite a common issue for the Driver game, and I think these bits of plastic do get extremely frail over the years, and bearing in mind this is what, 45 years old. Anyway, let's see if I can get this running to the way I want it. The good news is that I did do a quick video with it the other day just to test it out, and it does work perfectly fine. So I've got no qualms, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So there's absolutely no problems. The only issue I've got that I've come across is this here. Okay, and as I say, if I hold it a bit closer to the camera, you can see there's actually a whole actual chunk completely missing out of the steering wheel, which obviously broke off, which has also caused this to snap as well. But the strut here has remained in place, unlike this one. But the problem is, when you're using it, it does bend around a lot, and it's not really usable. I mean, it still turns, you can still use it, still with the original wheel, but that is annoying. Okay, now everything else works fine, including the counter as well. I know there's been problems with these before where the counter's stopped working, but everything is still working. Even when playing the game, the counter, my counter, does go up. So what I'm going to do is get that replaced first of all, and what I've done is have a brand new wheel 3D printed, and it looks pretty much exactly the same wheel. And all it is there's just a screw that fits straight into the mechanism itself, which is one of the things that keeps this unit together. So let's put that to the side, and what I'm going to do is take the take this one off. Now, to be really careful with this, because obviously when you turn that, it does cause the wheel to move. You want to keep that center, so it might be worth trying to hold that into place a little bit to stop it from spinning, because I don't want to cause any more damage to that steering wheel, even though it's probably going to get chucked away now. There we go. Here we go, and that should just plop out. Perfect. As I said, exactly the same size, same characteristics. It's not perfect, but I think it will do the job. And again, it's a shame that the original one has become broken. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Now, while I've got that off, there are 4 more screws underneath this unit. So what I'll do, I'll quickly pause the video while I unscrew it and come straight back again. Okay, I've taken those 4 screws out, and I just want to have a quick look inside it. Now, I don't want to fiddle around with it too much because I know it works, but I just want to make sure there's no signs of any, frail wires or any leaking parts or anything that's going to cause a problem later on. So I gradually just pick that off the top, and that is what you're left with. Again, that's the power button that just slots on like that. You can see the wheel as you move your car around. It's all cog works, and that's the gear system. Yep, and that all works fine. I'm not going to take all this out. There's no point to that. I'm going to see it all looks pretty healthy. You know, we do know it works extremely well. And you can see there's absolutely no corrosion anywhere. It looks really clean. There's no loose wires. It all looks intact. All the cogs works seem to be working well. All the mechanics seem to be working as it should. It really isn't really worth messing around too much with this, because I do know it works, as I said before. But let's get it all put back together again. Let's get the switch put in position first of all, and then we can move the cover back over the unit again, just carefully lining up the steering wheel, the switch and the gear mechanism. There we go. Now, to put the remainder 4 screws in, and again, like before, I will pause the video so you don't have to watch me go through that. Right, now all you need to do is connect my brand new 3D printed steering wheel to my old device. And just pop the screw in exactly the same way as I took the old one out. It should all work and it should go back in as normal. We'll be extra careful with it just to make sure I don't break this new steering wheel, because they are extremely fragile. And there's nothing wrong with replacing broken parts on old technology to get them restored. There you go. Works perfectly. Absolutely fantastic. Back to the way it originally looked. And again, yeah, get rid of that one. And now all I need to do now is plug some batteries into it, and bearing in mind there's no on and off switch with this device, so if you do want to completely power it down, you should always remove the batteries. And it just takes 2 C-sized batteries, and we'll put them into place. Find the battery cover. And the unit is all ready to play. So what I will do, I'll have a quick play at this now, see if it all works correctly and show you how it all works. We'll test the crash mechanism out. And as I said before as well, you've got the gears here, and to start it, you put it into first gear. You hold this button down and you have to wait for the line to go to the start position, because it starts to count down as soon as you press this button, and as soon as it goes down to S, that's when the game starts. So this is like having a clutch. So you just press this down. While you've got this pressed down, you can't collide with anything, but also your counter won't go round either. So what you need to do is reset this counter back to 0. And we'll press the start button. Now, just to quickly recap on the gears here. If you're on gear 1, that should keep your car moving at the same speed as the lane on the right, where gear 2 will make you go pretty much at the same speed as the car on the left, if I remember correctly. And then gear 3 will take you quicker than all the cars on the track, allowing you to overtake. So the aim of the game is to get the car to cover as much distance as possible to rank up your mileage score. And it's all about being able to control your car, not just with the steering wheel, but with the gears to control your speed. And remember, the faster you go, the quicker your score will ramp up. So you can play it easy, just go into gear 1 all the while, but you won't get much mileage. You've got to try and get into that third gear as much as possible to try and get as much higher score as possible before your counter goes back to the 0 position. So let's give it a go. So we'll make sure that's in gear 1. So if you press it, it runs at the same speed. Wait for it to go to the start position, and it should be up and going. Remember, when you've got the clutch pressed down, your score doesn't cut. So as soon as you crash, the score stops. Hold that to go down. It stops spinning. The score stops spinning again, and then release the clutch or the start button, and the score should start again after a second or so delay. Really designed to penalise you if you do crash, to stop you scoring like that. Let's try again. There we go. We crashed. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So really, it's all about controlling the gears to control the speed. Oh, that's too tight to get in through there. There we go. There is a bit of a knack to it. And you see the timer's more or less running out now. And then gear 1, gear 2. Oh, and it stopped. Okay, move back to gear 1 again. Okay, what score did we get there? Let's move it up a bit closer. 54. We did 54 miles. So let's put that back to 0. We'll get one more go. See if I can beat that score. Okay, this is the real run. Okay. Gear 1, start the starter. And we're off. Okay. Gear 1, gear 2, gear 3 to speed it up, gear 2 again, gear 3 to speed it up, gear 2 to slow it down. So really, during my main play now, I'm just toggling between gear 2 and gear 3. You only need to use gear 1 to start again, or take a break maybe, but you're not going to score much. If you notice on the scoring mechanism, it does slow down when you're in gear 2, and it speeds up when you're in gear 3. It's going to go into gear 1, you can see it slow right down, but that's going to ruin my score. Okay, right, what did I get there? 84. There you go, I beat my last score. But I think it's quite easy to get this into the 90s. I don't think you can loop the counter. I don't think remembering back, I don't think I ever got it past 90 really anyway. So I know I did do a couple of crashes there. I could have got to 90, I guess, easily with that. Anyway, it all works. I'm really pleased with that. I'm pleased with my new wheel. Works extremely well. And it looks exactly the same as well. Okay, well, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care. Goodbye.